Hi everyone, my name is Nur Atila Sofia binti Adnan. My metro number is AF 2031. Today I would like to talk about the factor of the air pollution. There is 4 main factors of the air pollution, which is the burning of fossil fuels. Most of the air pollution takes place due to the incomplete burning of fossil fuels. This includes coal, oil, and gasoline to produce energy for electricity or transportation. The release of CO, which is carbon monoxide, at a high level indicates how much fossil fuels is burned. This also emits other toxic pollutants like nitrogen oxide into the air. Inhaling air induced with pollutant due to the burning of natural gas and fossil fuels reduce the heart ability to pump enough oxygen. Because of that, respiratory and heart illness. Furthermore, nitrogen oxides are responsible for acid rain and the formation of smoke. The second factor is industrial emission. Industrial activities emit several pollutants in the air that affect the air quality more than we can even imagine. Particulate matter 2.5 and 10, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, and carbon monoxide are the key pollutants that are emitted from industries that use coal and wood as their primary energy source for the production of their goods. Industrial pollutant effects associated with your health can range from irritation in your eyes and throat, breathing issues, at times can even lead to the chronic illness, VOCs, and respiratory disorder like asthma and bronchitis. The next factor is transportation. Cars on the roads are increasing day by day. There is no denying that vehicle pollution is the major contributor to air pollution, especially in urban cities, where car ownership rates are more as compared to rural areas. When the car burns gasoline, it emits pollutant in the air which is harmful as smoking 10 cigarettes a day. Then, taking proper and effective measures as individuals to control vehicle emissions such as carpooling, using public transportation will help in reducing the vehicle emissions. The last factor is open burning of garbage waste. Open burning of garbage is much more harmful to your health and the environment than one may think. As per Engage EPW, Delhi air pollution is choking public health. Delhi generates a whopping 9,500 tons of waste every day, which makes it India's second waste dumping city. Exposure to open burning of garbage waste can pose serious health risks including cancer, liver issues, impairment of the immune system, reduced reproduction function, and can also affect the developing nervous system. That is all from me. Thank you. We move to the next person. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rashikin binti Muhammad Nur and I want to tell you about the impact of the air pollution. Poor air quality is a major global challenge, contaminating our environment and harming our health. No one is immune to the negative effects of the air pollution, but many people believe that their lives are unaffected by this shared burden. Clean air is everyone's concern, and air pollution is avoidable. Solutions to this pressing issue are also critical to addressing the climate crisis, fostering inclusive societies, and enhancing childhood development. We have a golden opportunity to transform our approach to one of the great hidden killers by working together. So here is the main consequences. The first one is global warming. Air pollution contributes significantly to global warming and climate change. In fact, one of the causes of the greenhouse effect is an abundance of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Normally, the presence of greenhouse gases should benefit the planet because they absorb infrared radiation emitted by the Earth's surface. However, the recent climate change is being caused by an excessive concentration of these gases in the atmosphere. Second one, air pollution also can affect individuals' health. Exposure to air pollution can affect everyone's health. When we breathe in the air pollutants, they can enter our bloodstream and contribute to coughing or itchy eyes and cause many breathing and lung disease, leading to hospitalizations, cancer, or even premature death. Both short-term and long-term exposure to air pollutants can cause a variety of health problems. For people with asthma or chronic bronchitis, air pollution can make it harder to breathe, trigger asthma attacks, or cause wheezing and coughing. Air pollution also can increase the risk of the respiratory infections, heart disease, stroke, and lung cancer, and more severely affects people who are already. The last one, air pollution also can affect our environment. Air pollution has a major impact on the process of plant evolution by preventing photosynthesis in many cases, with serious consequences for the purification of the air we breathe. It also contributes to the formation of acid rain, atmospheric precipitation in the form of rain, frost, snow, or fog, which are released during the combustion of fossil fuels and transformed by contact with water stream in the atmosphere. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nusha Atira binti Shahrudin. I will discuss about how to prevent the air pollution. First is conserve energy. Air pollution from energy production leads to acid rain, excess greenhouse gases, and health risks. So, we as a citizen, one important step we can take to minimize airborne nutrient pollution is to conserve energy. We can do this by turning off lights, computer, televisions, and other electrical equipment when we are not using them. Next is manage and reduce emissions by buying renewable energy. The organization purchase electricity use can be a significant sources of air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. Buying renewable energy can help reduce the organization environmental impact while also providing a number of other valuable benefits. That is minimize the transportation. Driving cars and trucks also produce significant amounts of nitrogen oxide emissions. To help cut down on air pollution from cars, you can consolidate driving trips, carpool, or take public transportation, such as bus and trains. When possible, consider walking or biking instead of driving. The last one is reduction of open burning. First, reduce by avoid disposable items, buy durable product and products that can be recharged, repaired, or refilled. Next, reuse by donate items you no longer needed, such as clothes, furniture, book, and magazine. Then recycle by separate the recyclable items from your garbage and prepare them for collection or for drop off at a local recycling depot. That's all from me. Thank you.
So good morning everyone, I'm Kang from UTHM. So today I will now discuss about what can a civil engineer contribute in the private sector to handle pollution caused by construction nowadays. So we'll take a look in three different aspects, which is the choosing of materials, the technologies, and the sustainable construction. So for the material selection, as a civil engineer, we should prioritize using the green material first. So what is meant by green materials? So green materials are defined as environmental responsible materials because their effects are considered throughout the life of the material. So the material must be meet at least one of the following criteria, which is a long service life, non-toxic, has recycled content, saving resources, or interested in the environment. So for example, right, the building materials derived from the soil, bamboo, XPS insulation foam, lightweight concrete, and etc. Besides that, when coming to the selection of materials, we should also focusing on locally available building and material reuse. So building materials, components, and system found locally or regionally saving energy and resources in transportation to the project site, while many materials can be salvaged from demolition and renovation sites and so donated, stored, or for later use or reuse on the current project. So for example, right, the plumbing fixture, the bricks, the ceilings, floor tiles, and wood. So from the aspect of technology, we should employ the new technologies such as building information modeling, which is the BIM, and the 3D printing. So for BIM have the capacity to reduce construction waste up to 45%. So when using BIM, the construction firms can make more accurate estimation on their design. So therefore, there are fewer errors made on the construction site, which improve labor productivity by keeping workers on track with projects. So more importantly, using BIM on project can reduce waste resulting from mistake made on the building site. So in general better visualization early in the project planning, phase mean design are more likely to be built according to plan. So by implementing productivity savings in the design phase, companies have to deal with fewer last-minute changes and rework. So in return, this has a positive environment impact on construction, while also saving construction company money on lost labor and materials. While for 3D printing, 3D printing might feels like a novel approach to construction. Forward-facing construction companies has been showcasing its power and possibilities. So in addition, 3D printing is fast evolving from polymer materials to construction-worthy materials including steel and concrete. So by working with 3D printing, construction firms can reduce the amount of naturally sourced materials such as steel that are needed. So in a project on 3D printed steel components, Arab achieved a 40% reduction in materials compared with traditional production methods. So imagine the potential 3D printing has forever even larger projects. So while your company may be still a few years off from adopting 3D printing, keep the trend in mind for the next coming years. When implemented correctly, it will be a critical way to firms to reduce the environmental impact of construction by reducing our planet's dependence on non-sustainable resources. So lastly, we'll take a look from the aspect of sustainable construction. So the sustainable construction implementation must follow the rules as shown, which is the conserve, it should minimize the resource consumption, reuse, maximize the resource reuse, renew, recycle means use renewable or recycle resources lah. So protect the nature means we protect the nature environment, and the last but not least the quality lah, pursue quality in creating the built environment. So besides that, as a civil engineer, we should design structure based on cradle to cradle life cycle, which means that the construction process is in a cycle and not in a one-way process. So the building products start from the manufacturing of materials to construction, then later to maintenance, renovation, recycling or use, which turn back to manufacturing again. So let's take a look at the infographic created by the EPA, Environment Protection and Encouragement Agency. So the design make full use of the renewable energy, green materials to enhance the air quality, the water quality and management, and of course preventing our nature takes more harm due to construction. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Steven House and I'm going to present about the role of civil engineer in the government sectors to prevent the pollution to the environment. The main purpose of civil engineer is for the government sector is normally is manage and minimize the negative impact of activity that bring to the environment, and also to promote the environmental practices and sustainable developments to avoid the issue of pollution. In Malaysian governments, in order to better control this pollutions, so they have established a series of departments by the professionals. The departments will propose the standards and the guidelines for Malaysia as the benchmarking impact on the environment to prevent the pollutions. So the civil engineer need to refer the standard and the guideline in order to control the situations of the environments. Okay, now I will introduce the first department, which is the irrigations and the drainage department. So the department is responsible to planning and design all the related stormwater management. This can to prevent the pollutions caused by the irrigation and the drainage, and also minimize the environmental impact of a runoff and control erosions. Okay, the second department is the Department of the Sewerage Service. So the departments are responsible to assign the develop and the professions to plan and design the sewerage system. So all the systems should according to the guideline of the measures. This is because a proper planning of a sewerage system able to collect the wastewaters to point of the treatments and disposals to avoid the pollutions. Okay, the next department is the Department of National Solid Waste Management. This department is to ensure the solid waste able to disposal with a suitable method and a place. According to a research in Asia, and most of the waste that produced by the society is the organic waste. The second is the paper, and third is the plastic waste. Okay, next is the Department of Environment, also can call as DOE. So the department is responsible to prevent, eliminate, and control pollutions and improve the environment. So the civil engineers in that work in this department need to control all the projects that involves that will damage the environments. They will review the projects and check the requirements. And they will also monitor all the activities emissions include the wastewater discharge, influence gas as emissions to the environment. So for those pollutions are required to meet the regulations of the standard of the government. Okay, now I'm talking about the EIA. So what is EIA? EIA is environment impact assessment. So this EIA is the purpose. The purpose of the EIA is to identify the impact of the environments when you propose a project. So every project that will bring a pollution require to submit the EIA reports. So in this EIA reports, it will detail out all the impact of the environments and detail out what is the method to overcome or reduce the pollutions. The civil engineer in the DOE also will review the project and conduct a meeting with the developer in order to control and implementations the suggestions in order to meet the requirements of the standards. And that's all for our group presentations. Thanks for your watching. Thanks.